Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where last episode we made a few enemies down over this way, but they'll get over it eventually. So we're going to chill down in this direction, absolutely. And we're probably going to chill overall for the moment. There's definitely some aggressive expansion up over here too, and the big one here is the HRE. They're at only minus 21, so that's not too bad. But I think for the moment, we're just going to chill and we're going to work on some of these annexations. So for now, that seems fine. And with that in mind, we should also probably be building some structures if we have any to build anyway. So we can build here, that looks good, and we can build another manufactory as well. So the next institution that's going to come is going to be global trade. Okay. We're probably not going to get that. That's okay. I'm not going to try to go for it spawning in our territory. Manufactories, on the other hand, that might spawn in our territory. We will see. But that would be fantastic. What is the bonus that you get for adoption of global trade? Merchants +1? Okay. Noted. So I think we're just going to chill for a little bit here. We're going to build up some resources. Those resources in particular being manpower. I want to get more manpower flowing in. That definitely needs to happen. And we are going to need to be going for our next technologies. Now, our dip tech is still quite a lot behind. That's understood. Our ruler is terrible stats, right? Yes. But this was an admiral that died. I'm not going to replace the admiral immediately. I want the diplomatic power. You can see right now our diplomatic power is going down by 6 per month. And that's because we're annexing. We're annexing a lot. And that's not great. But we also have 9 out of 5 diplomatic relations, and we need to be pulling back on our number of diplomatic relations. So that's absolutely understood. There's not too much else for us to be doing at this point other than just kind of chilling and accumulating money. So that's the goal for right now. What do we got going on here? Alexandria's opinion of us would go up. That's fine. Mallorca stopped transferring trade power to us. That probably means that the truce is up. That's okay. And we have poor uniforms. Okay, sure. So heretics of Al-Jaf have been converted, and we can convert more, which we absolutely want to do. We've got a few random provinces around, but we need to get those taken care of. So at this point, it definitely looks like this is going to be the first one to be completed. That's going to cost a total of 115 dip power, but when we run out of dip power, my question is, how's it going to determine where the dip power goes? That'll be interesting. 50 admin power. Yeah, we'll take that. That sounds good. We need to be saving up at this point for our next technology, and our dip tech is so far behind now. Keep in mind, we are focusing diplomatic power, and we may want to consider, we can't promote this guy, but we may want to consider hiring a higher level diplomatic advisor. These guys kind of suck. That's not ideal. We could fire them, or retire them more specifically, and hope for better ones, or we could just leave it be. I really wish we could promote this guy. That would be ideal, but his culture is not one of our promoted cultures. So that's understood. Unfortunately, our diplomatic power is just awful, and that's because we're 110. So that is absolutely noted. We should give our ruler command over one of these armies and hope he dies, but I'll wait to do that until one of our military commanders die. But it would be very nice for our leader to die. That's for sure. Okay, our royal marriage with Al Said ended, and we're still allied with them, so this is not going to be a problem. We just want to re-up this royal marriage, but we have no diplomats to send because they're all busy annexing. So that's understood. We'll see if they ask us for that. There's build up manpower. Skill 3 army organizer. Land force limit modifier plus 10% and 50% cheaper to employ. Would that be a benefit for us? It'd be the same... No, this is land maintenance modifier. I think we go for this. There we go. So that looks good. And we could promote this guy up to level 3. We should have enough money for that. So we'll do that for now. That'll get us some additional admin power flowing in. But it's really our diplomatic power that's the problem. We could make the argument that, yeah, we don't need the spy network construction, but maybe we go for it anyway. The main problem is we'd lose the trade efficiency, and I'd really rather not do that. We can seize Crownland, and this is a good time to do so, so we are absolutely going to do that. Ah, there's Al Said asking if we want to do another royal marriage. We do. That's absolutely fine. So that looks good for now. If we check our coalition map mode here, we can see things are definitely improving, but it's going to be rough out over here. Oh, okay. The HRE is happy about tobacco. Have fun with that, HRE. Ah, here we go. So a general just died, and that was this one up over here. We want to give our ruler military command here. Yeah, I know we've got this guy, but I'm giving our ruler military command here, and we're going to drill. Our ruler is actually a pretty decent commander, but he's a terrible ruler. So we want him to ideally die. So Mazabian particularists have risen up over here. Mazab can handle that on their own. They don't need us. That seems wonderful. So our diplomatic power is continuing to drop at this point. It's at -6, and it's going to be at -3 eventually. Unlawful territory from Alexandria. They can have it, to be honest. Okay. France wants us to give them ducats in exchange for favors. I'm going to decline that. Sorry, France. I do want to improve relations with them. I would like to royal marry them, but that's not an option. Trade power +10 in Alexandria. Ooh, skill 2 trade efficiency. We're going for that one. Absolutely. That's going to double the amount that we get here, and it'll be this guy. Yeah, it'll cost us some money, but that's okay. Unfortunately, we still can't promote him, but at least we're now at -5 diplomatic power instead of -6. So that'll be, you know, an improvement anyway. So these annexations are going to finish eventually. Once this one is done, I'm hoping that this one completes before we run out of diplomatic power. Once that's done, that diplomatic power can be reassigned to these areas, and that would be very good. So we can set an agenda here. Let's see what we got. Missionary maintenance to convert Jeddah. It give us an inquisitor that we don't really need. Admin power, but we would need to control provinces in the Tuscany area. Build a manufactory for a base production in Aqaba. That's what we're going to do. So that's going to be right down over here, and we're going to want to put a manufactory in here. We don't have the money for it yet, but we'll have it very, very soon. So that seems fantastic. And this is going by 3 per month. It's going to be done in January of 1595. Yeah, we'll be okay. We're not going to run out of dip power before then. So that sounds good. I don't really care about which of the other two get finished first, although I'd prefer this one. But we'll see. I really do want this one to be finished, though. That will be a very useful thing. And also, we're going to be moving much more slowly on these because of our diplomatic reputation reduction. So that's definitely something to think about. So we got that manufactory going. That'll be absolutely wonderful. What else are we interested in doing? Well, I want to check in on our military. So, oh, look at that. 148 out of 156. We're now below our land force limit. That's huge. We're not below our naval force limit. So that's noted. Also, golden eras. Sure. And Corsican noble rebels up in Corsica. Looks like they've got that under control. Cool. No problem for Corsica there. That's absolutely fine. And there we go. These guys are now completed. So that's perfect. Next, I don't want to have these. So we'll just disband those. And did we get a navy out of that? Yes, with 2 caravels. Let's group these together. I'm not sure that actually worked. Okay, so we have this guy here. We had this extra leader, so we'll just put him in there right now. Okay, so these 2 caravels, let's get these all grouped together. Let's just have them come on up over here. We're going to have them protect trade. So let's group these in. There we go. And where do they want to protect trade at? 6.77. Anything better? Nope. Genoa. Do it. Looks like they're going to hang out and repair. That's fine. They'll be done here right now. No, they're not done right now. Oh, these two are pretty low. Hang on. A war galley and a brig. Get out of here, war galley and brig. Okay. These are going to move up over here then. And now our fleet is going to be doing other things. There we go. They're actually working now. And we're going to get this brig separated out. That's going to go here. And then the war galley is going to go here. There we go. Much better. So we've got some extra ships from that. That's absolutely fine. And at this point, do we need to upgrade any of these? Only one ship would be upgraded. Okay, it would be that war galley. That's absolutely fine. Looks good. We'll get that done. So no problem there. And at this point, we do have this diplomat free. So I want to go over to France, and I want to improve relations with France. Our alliance with France is extraordinarily valuable to us right now. That is the only thing keeping the HRE at bay, and that is also, I think, the only thing stopping an uprising from down over here, too. So we definitely want to keep that around. That is going to be very, very valuable for us. So that looks good for the time being. And we've got 234 ducats. We could spend them on things. The question is, what things? Actually, hang on. Look at that workshop. 0.3. Beautiful. Do it. That's kind of huge. So, how's our tech looking? Well, in the new year is when we're going to need to get the next tech level. So that's understood. We can see here that our diplomatic power is actually going up by 5 now, and the reason for that is because our diplomatic reputation is so low. So over here in Mazab, we are making no progress right now because of our diplomatic reputation. In Sicily, we are making 1 progress. So that's going to take another 10 years at the current rate. That's a lot of time, but that is absolutely fine for the moment. I don't mind it. Building up diplomatic power is a good thing at this time. We absolutely want to be doing that. And of course, we took over this territory here, and the unrest here is a little on the high end. Noted. We could increase the autonomy over here and just not have to deal with it. They don't have separatism, though. This is intolerance. So what we should do is convert them. That'll take 32 months, so I think what we should do is we should wait until this is done in all arid, finish that up next year, and then increase the autonomy, and then, 100 admin power. That's nice. Increase the autonomy here, and then start the conversion at that point. That would be the idea. So we can immediately grab metallurgy, and that gives us access to the mill and 2% production efficiency, as well as being back to being ahead of time in admin tech. So that's great. We're going to grab that immediately. Cairo made claims on us. Well, okay then. I wish them luck in that endeavor. So when are we going to get this mill tech? That's going to be a while, is the answer. 19 noble regiments in Ajloon. Right up over here. Actually, we're going to give this a moment. And we are going to crush them here. So that is what we want. We want to absolutely demolish them, but we're going to give this just 1 more month tick there. There we go. And now we're going to walk in right here. This battle will be on 6 May. Okay, let's wait until such a time as this is going to be on the next month tick, or after the next month tick. There we go. They may occupy it. Yeah, 10% local autonomy. I'm not too concerned about that. So we got them taken care of. No problem. And we can now get a military idea, but that's a bad idea. We don't want to do that. We do not want to put power into this right now. We'll get back to that later. We can sell titles, also in the category of bad idea right now, I think. We would prefer not to do that at this moment. So we're just chilling. We'll get back to expansion very soon, though. Very, very soon. Okay, conversion successful in Al Arid. Now, a royal marriage from Alexandria will accept. I want to send a missionary out over here. We already determined that we wanted to do that, but I also want to increase the autonomy here. So that will buy us some time. 1.4 is now the unrest here, so there's still unrest, but it's very, very close to being down to 0. So that looks good. And then in Tatooine, it is at 0, so nothing really being needed there. That seems great. That's a lot of golden eras. Okay. That was a lot of golden eras. Sure. I hope they have fun with that. So, checking in on synagogues, none. Workshops, none. We lost a claim on a province. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind. That's Sicily. We're going to have Sicily. And we can build manufactories at this point, and we should do so in Siena. Let's do it. So that seems absolutely phenomenal, and we'll just continue to boost our income, but we need to take more territory. That's what we need more than anything right now. We are stifled by land a little bit. Lose 50 admin power? Actually, that's kind of okay, but we would lose our treasurer. I'm actually going to tell the rabbis, you know, he's doing a good job. I'm okay with our treasurer right now. He's a +3. I like it. So that seems absolutely fine for the moment. Cairo making more claims on us. Alexandria wouldn't betray us in offensive war, so that's interesting. We lost this admiral. We should probably actually recruit another one, but I'm not going to yet. So for now, it's fine. We'll just have to try to remember that we don't have any admirals. I don't want to spend the diplomatic power at this moment, so we are still making some amount of progress over here in Sicily. It's very slow. We knew that that would be the case. That's absolutely fine for now. We need to get more diplomatic power. Once our heir takes over, we'll be in a good spot. But our heir is only 12 at this moment, and our current ruler is 28. Ah. Okay. So France is attacking the HRE. We are honoring that military alliance. And we are also going to attack the HRE. So we need to start moving some of our troops up. So we need to move probably both of these armies up. And we're going to march up over here. We're not going to go super aggressive just yet, because our troops are low on their morale right now. I'm going to put our fleet out over this direction, and we're just going to have them be in Venice for the moment. And we'll see if we can pull any shenanigans over there. So this fleet has arrived down here. We're going to grab these lads, and we're going to sail them up to about Siena. And we can't make it to Parma, can we? Oh, we can. That's interesting. I'm not going to yet. Really? Okay. So the HRE has a fleet out over here right now, which is awkward timing. This was our combat fleet, and we lost this. They have 21 heavy ships here right now. So we need to be careful about where our transports are. Caravels, make your way back. And where are our transports right now? Hang on. They're here? Okay. Sure. Come on down this direction. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, we are locked into this at the exact moment that they came over here. That's really unfortunate. Wait, we got out? We got out. I'm shocked about that. How did that happen? We shouldn't have gotten out of that. So the question is, are we going to flee to Sharkia? And I think the answer is yes for right now. I'm going to use this opportunity to get our light ships grouped up with our other combat fleet. But I do want to try to sneak these guys through at some point. We just need to know where their fleet is and where it's going. So it's currently going into the Aegean Sea, which is up over here, which seems ideal. No, I don't want you to go like that. I want you to go like this. Just sneak right on through, and hop up over here. Okay, we're going to start up sieges up over this way. That fleet is definitely causing us significant problems right now, but okay, they're currently heading into the Gulf of Toronto, which is up over here. For the moment, we appear to be sneaking by them successfully. Okay, so they're currently sieging Venice. I'm not surprised about that in the slightest. Our reinforcements are going to be arriving up here now. We managed to get this army up here. That's great. We're going to park in Lucca, and we're going to head back and pick these guys back up in Sharkia. Okay, so far so good. Yes, I'm aware of these shenanigans occurring. There's not a lot we can do about this right now, and we're just going to accept it for the moment. We need to get our forces up here. I wish France had given us a heads up on this, but that's not how this game works, sadly. So what's the HRE's military tech? They are 16 at this moment, and we are 15, but we can actually get to 16 right now. So that's going to be a big deal. We should absolutely do that. That enables chambered demi-cannons, which we should absolutely get. Yeah, chambered demi-cannons. Done. Yearly prestige, I don't care about that. We're going to take the ducats. So they're currently heading in over this way. I'm okay with that. At this point, where's our transport fleet? It is here. Perfect. So now we're going to take probably the same route. I don't yet know where their fleet is. Yeah, I have no eyes on their fleet right now. We're going to hope they're not here. Somewhere else, ideally. Okay, so what we can do is we can group these together. Now, this is not exactly the best combat fleet in the world right now, but we can move them up over here. 81k up here? Wow, okay. What do they have overall? 157? Okay, that's not that much more than us, actually. And when you factor in France, I think they're outnumbered. So that seems good. We're going to move up over here, and our transports are now here. The question is, do we want to do anything about Venice? Well, the answer is we can't. Not until we get these forts dealt with. So for right now, we can't do that. We know half of their army is right here. That's okay. They can do that if they like. They're going to take a lot of attrition. So that seems good for now. A big chunk of their army just left. We lost the Siege of Venice. We don't care. This is not the war goal. The war goal is to take Paris. Okay. So the French really want this up over here. We'll see if they give us any territory down here. If not, well, we get a truce with the HRE out of the deal. So there is that. I'm just wondering... We don't have fleet basing rights, do we? No, we don't. Not in Ancona, anyway. Or in Romagna. So those are both a bit of a problem. I really wish that this fort wasn't blocking us in the way it was. We don't have access through Romagna. They'd probably give it to us. Let's pull back this guy. We're not going to have France breaking that alliance anytime soon, obviously. Since we're in a big war that they started. So this seems good for now. We're going to ask these guys for military access, which they'll allow it, and that's, you know, going to cost us. But that allows us to move up over this direction and start taking some of this territory. Now, they're probably coming this way, if I had to guess. So I really only want to have the one siege going on at a time here. I don't want to be stretched too thin. Okay, this is up to 14. That looks good. And we are going to take this back. There's no need to celebrate. We're not going to have a bar mitzvah. This is not the time, rabbis. This is definitely not the time. So I am going to start up this siege here. This one's going to be done very soon, and we've got forces in position for both of these areas. And we have allied forces up over here. So we have good visuals right now. So let's see how this ends up going. This is going to be real interesting. We're up to 42% on Parma at this point. And we see our ally taking back Venice. I like it. Okay. There's the Siege of Parma over. That's a big deal. So now we can push out this direction. We're keeping our armies kind of together. I'm definitely noting this. What's going on up here? So 174, 64k. Ooh. They've lost almost half of their manpower already. This battle's not going to go well for France, though. So we know that they're around in this area, so that's absolutely understood. We'll head back over this way for now. France lost that battle, but they have another army right over here. I think they could do some cleanup over there if they wanted to commit to it, but they did not. It would have been a little bit risky, for sure. There's no doubt about that. Let's come in here and work on taking Venice back. And we'll just push up through these areas for now. I want to directly head up to Turin and start working on sieging there. Okay. Military access from Naples? No. Tunis and Ancona. That's things that are relevant to us. So for the moment, we're not going to give them any help. That seems fine for now. We've not fought any major battles with the HRE yet. It's mostly just been France fighting battles, but we can see that the HRE has taken significant losses. They lost another 20k troops, and their troop count, or their manpower count, is holding relatively firm. So that looks great. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will see if we manage to get anything out of this war or not. Should be interesting. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of, look at this, occupied by Savoy. Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought they flipped it to us. But no, that's occupied by Savoy. That makes more sense. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Aurelio, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time. I don't know that I'm going to remember this next time, but look at this. Castile has an army running right at our capital. Very rude, Castile.